Hi, I'm Jaylyn, and I chose to do my Think Aloud and Narrate Aloud on Hatchet by Gary Paulsen. So I chose the ages for this to be around 6th through 8th, which is what I felt was appropriate. And a brief summary on this is Hatchet is a survival novel about a 13-year-old boy named Brian Robeson. Unfortunately, he finds himself completely alone in the Canadian wilderness after an unexpected plane crash. With only a hatchet as his tool, he also has a burning secret that has been on his mind since his parents' divorce. It takes all Brian knows to survive alone. So my opening for this, or to engage my students, is just to say, good students summarize after reading so they can make sure they understand what they are reading and comprehend the purpose of the text that is being read. Summarizing is very important in every genre of reading and just very important in general when it comes to reading. And then I'm going to ask my students, summarize an event that happened in your life. Why is this event important to you? What was the purpose of the event? And, why did you share those specific details? So for my explore, engage, and explain, first, I will explain to the students the definition of summarizing. So summarizing the text or story we are reading is very important because we can see what parts we lack and understand where we have to go back and reread to fully understand the effect of the text we're reading. And so then I'm going to ask, what is an example of a text we may need to summarize? And why is that so? So, 8th graders could be like, Shakespeare because the language is really confusing, etc. Then we will begin to read where we left off from reading the novel before. So we will start on page 64, and we will read from 64 until 66. So basically, those 2 pages are just describing the big secret that Brian's mom cheated on his dad with a strange man, and that his mom has no idea that he knows, and Brian never told his dad. And then once we get back to the part where he's stuck in the wilderness alone, then we'll stop reading. Then I'm gonna, bring the attention back to the room, and I'm gonna say, okay, everyone needs to get out a piece of paper, and in three simple sentences, and only 3 sentences, you can't go over 3 sentences, write an explanation as to what just happened. On 2 whole pages of reading, you can only describe it in 3 sentences. And so after that, the students are going to be asked to share their summaries, and I will ask them, why do you think you can only use 3 sentences? How did you choose what information to put in those sentences? And to answer that, this is to deepen their thinking, and I'm going to see how they interpret summarizing. Why did they think they could only use 3 simple sentences? And then after this, students will be asked to share and discuss their reasoning behind the thinking. They will read their 3 sentences and explain their opinion of why they only have 3 sentences. Do you think that's enough? Do you think summarizing is important? Why don't you? And I just want to see how they interpret summarizing. And I just want to know why they chose the information they did. Why did you choose to include that the man had blonde hair? That's not something typically you would include in a summary, so why did you feel that was important to include? And then for my closing of this mini lesson, I'm going to share my summary with the students. So I'm going to write a 3-sentence summary on the board. I'm going to share that with them and explain, my thinking and why I used the information I did. And then I'm also going to explain to them the purpose of a summary once again and make sure they really understand the importance that summaries hold when it comes to understanding the text they're reading and how powerful it can be when we're explaining text to other people.